So at this point, pretty much everyone has heard about that study that was done on the top 100 TikToks about ADHD. If you haven't, I'll link it in the description, but basically this study found that 80% of those TikToks contained misleading information, which has led to a lot of think pieces saying that ADHD talk is toxic, harmful, inaccurate, and generally TikTok has created a very bad thing in the mental health community. As a neurodivergent TikTok creator, I have to say that I disagree with a lot of these takes, and I'm going to tell you why. Hi, my name is Megan, and welcome to Neurodivergent Magic, the YouTube channel for accessible and relatable neurodivergent content. All right, let's dive on into it. How can I possibly argue with a study that found that 80% of information on ADHD on TikTok was inaccurate or misleading? How could I possibly defend ADHD talk at this point? Here's the thing. That study didn't investigate ADHD talk. That study investigated 100 videos. Not just any 100 videos, the 100 top performing videos under the ADHD tag. And there's a lot of problems with that. First of all, 100 videos on TikTok is a drop in the bucket. It is a drop in the ocean. It is nothing. So my first argument is that the sample size was far too small to reveal meaningful data. My second issue is that they looked at the top 100 videos. Now, at first, this might seem like a good idea, but honestly, it's not. Think about it. What are some of the most popular TikToks you've seen? They tend to be pretty controversial, don't they? They tend to make bold claims that they can't always support. Of course, the top videos are going to be misleading because they're putting out misleading information. People are commenting saying, hey, this is misleading. And then other people are commenting back to fight with them. And so the video just keeps getting more and more traction until it breaks that top 100 mark. The problem with my argument there is that it doesn't matter how these videos get into the top 100. The fact of the matter is these are some of the most popular TikToks about ADHD out there. These are the ones people are seeing. So regardless of how people are seeing them or why people are seeing them, this is what people are seeing and what they are basing their idea of ADHD off of, right? Yeah, wrong. The fact of the matter is the vast majority of users on TikTok belong to Gen Z and the millennial generation. And we just have better digital literacy than that. Personally, I don't know a single soul who has seen one TikTok and gone, you know what? I have ADHD. Based on this one TikTok. That's what I'm gonna do. That's my self-diagnosis based on this one TikTok right here. Of course not. We don't do that because we're digital natives. We use digital media all the time, and we're not gonna base any decisions off of one piece of media. Also, I'd like to point out that the comments have become like a thriving community on TikTok, and most people are going to see the misleading content, see that there are hundreds of thousands of comments, and go, I should probably check some of those out. Read through the top ones, which are going to be saying, hey, this is really misleading. Just stop underestimating Gen Z and millennials, okay? We know how to use the internet. We know how to use our phones. We know how to use TikTok. And we don't go to TikTok for medical advice, contrary to what all these think pieces keep saying. Here's what we are doing, though. We're going to TikTok for the lived experience that is absent from the literature about issues like ADHD. Something I would encourage some of these think piece writers to do is to go and try and get an ADHD diagnosis and see what kind of roadblocks they come up against. For example, how much does an ADHD evaluation cost? Where is the nearest ADHD evaluation available closest to their home? Are they a woman, a person of color, part of the LGBTQ community, or multiply disabled? When was the last time their provider did any continuing education on ADHD? Are they really sure that the medical professionals actually know more than the random TikTokers? Because guess what? I'm not convinced that all of them do. Should professional ADHD diagnosis be available to everyone? Yes, absolutely. But is it? No, of course it's not. Instead of seeing all these think pieces regurgitate this study and say 80% of information on TikTok about ADHD is inaccurate and misleading, and therefore all of TikTok is bad, and all of the people who are seeking an ADHD diagnosis have just been hypnotized by this app, I would love to see a think piece about someone actually doing some critical thinking. For a lot of us, TikTok is the first time we're seeing ADHD represented in any way outside of a little boy who is 6 years old and white and not disabled in any way. It's the first time we're seeing ADHD intersect with other identities and how that might change how it presents. It's the first time we're hearing about what it feels like to have ADHD instead of what it looks like on the outside. And that information should not be discounted. So, yeah, I feel like the study was not done particularly well, did not take into account the digital native nature of the generations actually using the app, and is absolutely overlooking the obstacles to getting a professional diagnosis or talking to someone who actually knows what they're talking about. And if I seem overly impassioned, it's because I am. It's because I care very deeply about the neurodivergent community, and I'm not saying we should believe everything we see online, but that's not what you're thinking either. What do you think? Is ADHD talk harmful or helpful? Maybe a mixture of both? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching.